Today for the Bitcoin price, guys, look at this. The Bitcoin price broke out here and it is going sideways. The most important question right now is, of course, are we going to reach my bullish breakout target here? And more importantly, are we going to reach another price target I am going to share with you here towards the upside in this video? Well, guys, I want to show you something because right now in the Bitcoin charts, there is a secret pattern evolving and it points towards a shocking move for Bitcoin, which will certainly surprise everyone. I want to talk about this move, whether it's to the upside, towards the downside. I want to talk about my exact price targets, my trades on Bitcoin, and my expectations for Bitcoin right now in the immediate short term. I will be talking about the crazy conversation between Elon Musk and Michael Saylor, my thoughts on it, and whether Tesla is going to convert parts of their liquid assets into Bitcoin, what this could mean for the Bitcoin price, and much, much more. So make sure you watch this video until the very end, where I am going to share with you all my trades. My trade on Phoenix, $320,000 in a profit. My other trade here over on Phoenix, $132,000 in profits, $100,000 already taken. And of course, my trade over here on Bybit, $200,000 nearly already in unrealized profits. But very importantly, what is my next trade on Bitcoin? Where I am going to open my next trade on Bitcoin, and what are my price targets for Bitcoin right now in the immediate short term? Make sure you scroll down and you also take advantage of more than $1,000 in free bonus in the pinned comment down below for limited time for experienced traders. If you use these sign up links right now in the pinned comment, you can get more than $1,000 completely for free. And with that being said, welcome to friends and welcome back to MMCrypto. My name is Chris, and as always, we are really pumped to go straight into the content. Alright guys, and as always, we are starting on the hourly candles for the Bitcoin price. And look at this, still here, we are here in the aftermath of this crazy breakout I was actually talking about recently in the last two videos. And as you do remember here, my measured move price target was $24,640 and the Bitcoin price seems to be struggling a little bit to go up to that level. I mean, we broke out to the predicted direction, and also we came very, very close. In fact, yesterday the Bitcoin price formed a new all-time high. Actually, not so many people were talking about it, but a few dollars difference here, and we made a new all-time high approximately at $24,300. So very, very close, actually $300 close here already to the price target. But what I don't really like here about this situation right now, and I will talk about the good news also, so please stay here until the very end. What I don't like here about that is that usually after a volume supported breakout with a beautiful confirmation like that, we want to see the price hitting the price target rather sooner than later. Now the Bitcoin price here going a little bit sideways could point towards the fact that maybe another pattern is evolving. I want to talk about the pattern. I want to talk about the bias of the pattern, the breakout direction, and also about the new price target here. But of course, everyone who joined the trade here after the breakout confirmation, you are still in a very profitable trade. If you already took profits here on the way up, of course, congratulations to you. And if you are still in the trade here waiting for this specific break target, well, you might as well close your trade in a profit here, because as I already said, if Bitcoin is not hitting the price target rather sooner than later, then, well, you might as well trade another pattern here. But of course, congratulations for everyone who is in this profitable trade right now. So what is the pattern which is forming right now? Well, I still think that we can reach the price target here of $24,640. We already came so close here, but I still think we can reach it. But because of another bias here, because what I am actually seeing here is that another pattern is evolving for Bitcoin. And let's connect the bodies here. You can also connect the wicks. It's just on you, and the time will tell what is the right thing to do here. But if you were to connect the candle bodies here, approximately like this, then we can see something like a parallel upward sloping channel evolving. The question is, of course, is the price going to break out? Is the price going to break down? Well, these channels usually, you can see here, they are also characteristic for higher lows for Bitcoin, of course, higher highs for Bitcoin, sorry, and also higher lows for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still in a higher low and higher high trajectory. So far, actually, the trend is not broken, and the trend is your trend until the end, right? We want to determine whenever the trend changes, whenever we are creating lower lows for Bitcoin on the 4-hourly, on the hour, on the daily, then we can switch over to a bearish bias, at least in the immediate short term. So far, we are still in a bullish structure here. And I can tell you something, guys. Here are two different scenarios unfolding for Bitcoin, two very likely scenarios. And this is not just up or down. This is a little bit more tricky. And for this, I want to go here back into the history, and I want to show you exactly how the Bitcoin price usually behaves in these upward sloping channels within a bull trend. And for this, I want to go here, first of all, into the most recent one within October and November here of this year. And as you can see, we had actually two patterns, two upward sloping channels here within a bull trend. You can see here the trend bullishly leading into it, the price bouncing between support and resistance, and then of course eventually breaking out. And this is, of course, this was such an historical bullish breakout confirmation. I mean, you cannot make it up. This was absolutely crazy. Then we had the next one. This one was a little bit more upward sloping, a little bit more upwards tilting towards the upside. Once again, the Bitcoin price bouncing between support and resistance, and then eventually breaking out towards the upside. What I really found to be interesting here is if we go all the way back into 2019, the big run towards 14,000 US dollars. And for this, I want to zoom out a little bit. And I want to go back here all the way back into this specific bull trend. And what you can see here is after the Bitcoin price actually massively broke out towards the upside, we were forming three of these upward sloping channels here in a row. And what you can see here is that we had these two scenarios I actually want to be talking about here in this video, also in the last year, in 2019, in the last cycle here, when we went from 3,150, the bear market low, all the way up to 14,000 US dollars. And what you can see here is after the first initial pump, we had this bullish channel here, the Bitcoin price actually bouncing between support and resistance, and then eventually breaking towards the upside here with a measured move price target. Of course, you could measure it like this. If you take this one here and you pull it over, then of course, but we went past over it. The matter of fact is, it was a bullish channel. We were bullishly leading into it. The bias was towards the upside, and the Bitcoin price broke out towards the upside. The same thing here for the third channel. Actually, we had this upward sloping channel within a bull trend, and we broke out towards the upside, actually to the last leg up to 14,000 US dollars. The most interesting one here though is, and this is one which actually occurs much more often, I am showing you only this example here, is this channel here. We were going bullishly into it, we were bouncing between support and resistance, but look at this, the Bitcoin price broke down, everyone was going bearish. I can literally exactly remember the time here in 2019, we were washing out the last hands before we were going to the last leg up towards the upside. And as you can see here, this breakdown towards the downside, the Bitcoin price was forming constantly here more and more W's, and then we were eventually breaking out. And I can see something similar to this unfolding for Bitcoin actually right now. Let me go back here to the current situation for Bitcoin. So, and now look at this. This is the channel we are in. And please remember, just the channel I was talking about 30 or 40 seconds ago, where we were actually breaking down, forming a W, and then reversing to the upside for good. This is what I call a weak hands move, where all the weak hands are shaken out. And the most famous site, the pattern site from Bulkowski, was actually pointing out an example like this here for the Apache Corporation, a petroleum producing company here listed on the New York Stock Exchange. And you can see here, you had this upward sloping channel, then the time to sell at the breakdown. But the matter of fact is that this petroleum company was in a massive uptrend back then. We were breaking down here, forming a W, and then having the trend reversal towards the upside. This was a weak hands move. Of course, you could short it towards the downside after the breakdown, but the matter of fact was that this was just a shakeout move, and that the upwards trend actually evolved here further. So the two scenarios I can actually see unfolding for Bitcoin is either and the outcome is the exact same, a bullish continuation, either a breakout towards the upside. I will be talking about the price targets, or, and this is something where I want to put out a big warning, in case we are actually breaking down of this channel, I actually think that this will be a FU move here, a weekend's move where the weekends are shaken out. Then we are forming most probably a W and then breaking out towards the upside for good. And of course, this is a little bit speculative here, but I am just judging from the history of Bitcoin, because we are right now in uncharted territory. We are above the previous all-time high. We don't have any volume profiles. We have nothing but Fibonacci extension levels. And all we have in these cycles here, whenever we are breaching the all-time high, is the history of Bitcoin. It is the history which is showing us how is the psychology of the market participants actually behaving in these situations for Bitcoin. So we are having this upward sloping channel here with two different scenarios unfolding. Either the Bitcoin price breaking out, continuing this upwards trajectory, and the second scenario, and this is the surprising, the shocking one actually, is a quick move towards the downside, a weekend shakeout, the Bitcoin price Wing out and then reversing to the upside for good. In both scenarios, I will be making a new update here, and I will be updating you on my next trade for Bitcoin. And please guys, do remember that all my price targets are still here valid for Bitcoin. Of course, expect the retracement here to come at any time here. I was actually talking about on the weekly that the Bitcoin price has sooner or later, let's hope for later rather than sooner, even though it would be a much more healthy scenario, has to retrace down here, bounce from the 21-week EMA. Right now that would be at $15,000 approximately. The 21-week EMA is actually right now increasing at $1,000 per week. So in 3-4 weeks, we would be already at 20,000. So of course, that's where we are hoping for rather sooner than later. And then of course, at a successful bounce here. But with keeping that in mind, the trend is your friend until the end, and the end has probably not come yet. So if the Bitcoin price continues to break down here, break this one here towards the downside, then I am expecting actually the price to rapidly go down, shake out the weekends, and then go more towards the upside for good. And please remember that I'm still quoting here for these for the following price targets I was actually talking about recently here. If I am pulling out the Fibonacci extension level from the swing high to the swing low, then you can see that we already hit my price target here at the 2x Fibonacci retention level pretty much perfectly, and that the next one would be at the 2.272 at the $26,400 levels. Actually a price target which is not all too unrealistic here for December, but I please want to urge you for a little bit of caution, because we are overextended, we are overbought, and at least with your trading portfolio, I want you to be prepared for both scenarios here. And now guys, I really want to urge you, watch this video until the very end, because I want to talk about Michael Saylor and Elon Musk here having this crazy discussion about Bitcoin. I want to talk about the possibility of Tesla possibly here converting some of their assets into Bitcoin. We want to talk about whether this is actually a realistic scenario and what this could mean for the Bitcoin price. But before, I want to talk about my trades, because you know that I am still in my trades. This is my long-term trade on Femex here, $320,000 in a profit. This is a trade I am still keeping open, no matter what happens, even if we are retracing down now to the 21-week EMA. I don't care about that. This is a long-term trade. I am keeping it open. Let's make this one legendary. $320,000 so far in a profit. I have another trade over on Femex. This is a short-term trade, and I already told you that I am going to take profits here very soon, and I am going to take profits here in this week on this trade. I am converting more of my unrealized profits over into my realized profits. $132,000 in profits right now, and unrealized profits already nearly $100,000 after I already took 11.7 Bitcoin in my recent trade here in profits. Also, I have over here my trade on Bybit, and I want to talk about future trades of course as well. You can see here this trade on Bybit at $190,000 in a profit, and there I am going to take profits later than on the Femex trade of course. Let me go back here into this specific trade Because you can see, of course, you could trade here this one towards the downside. I would personally refrain from shorting Bitcoin. Of course, this could be a possible short trade. I would just refrain from doing so. If you want to short it, well, this is an unconventional measurement tool, but I would rather take a higher price target here for this specific short at $22,690 US. I would be taking profits before the price target. But as I already said, I am not shorting Bitcoin in an uptrend. I think this is ludicrous. This is not something which should be done. And of course, an upwards breakout could be traded as well. Remember, if you are still in this specific trade, well, not very nice that the Bitcoin price is going sideways so much, but then our price target area, our profit taking area would be among the $24,600 areas. And the next one, of course, is the one I was actually talking about before, the $26,400, actually the Fibonacci extension level. The next one, which I am looking out for here for Bitcoin, in case the trend is not reversing here towards the downside, in case we are not breaking the previous lows here on the 4-hourly candles, which are approximately among the $22,300 levels. Now I want to talk about actually the most interesting thing, something where everyone and their mother, all the mainstream media is talking about right now. And this is about Michael Saylor advising Elon Musk on Bitcoin. I mean, Michael Saylor is the guy who was just buying $1.3 billion of Bitcoin recently for his private portfolio and for MicroStrategy, for the company's treasury here. And Elon Musk was just posting yesterday, believe it or not, that this specific meme, you know, he is the king of memes and he's always focusing on Bitcoin, at least every now and then. What he was posting here is that me trying to focus on a normal productive life while this girl is offering her services to him, right? He was posting that just like yesterday and he got 350,000 likes here, so millions of impressions, of course, a lot of retweets and comments, of course. And then Michael Saylor was coming and he was actually saying, if you want to do your shareholders $100 billion favor, convert the Tesla balance sheet from US dollar to Bitcoin. Other firms on the S&P 500 will follow your lead, and in time, this $100 billion favor would grow into a $1 trillion favor. So what he is basically saying is, if Elon Musk decides to convert his balance sheet of Tesla into Bitcoin, then that would probably 10x the Bitcoin price. And this is something I actually agree to, because if just like every S&P 500 company would just convert 1% of their liquid assets into Bitcoin, of course that would 10x the Bitcoin price already easily, if not even more. So this was, of course, very, very interesting. And then a very interesting answer, and this is something I don't know if I should laugh or hate Elon Musk for, because he's always so mystical. He was saying, are such large transactions even possible? First of all, I want to doubt that he knows the answer. I want to doubt that he doesn't know the answer to that question. But of course, some of the mainstream media, especially in Germany, I saw many of the media interpreting that he is at least considering the option of doing so here by asking this question. And then Michael Saylor was actually answering, yes, I have purchased over $1.3 billion in Bitcoin in the past month, would be happy to share my playbook with you offline from one rocket scientist to another. And this is certainly something interesting. I mean, we can all only pray for Elon Musk actually having this call with Michael Saylor. If you watched any interview with Michael Saylor, that you know that his arguments are extremely convincing, coming from an industry OG, not Bitcoin OG, but industry OG here in the S&P 500. Of course, this could be one of the persons who could at least have a good chance of convincing Elon Musk here going into Bitcoin. All we can do is just wait on the sidelines and see what happens. But the matter of fact, and this is something no one can take away from us, is that it is extremely bullish that these big billionaires are publicly talking about Bitcoin here, with the whole world looking to it. So this draws a lot of more eyeballs into Bitcoin, of course, and of course increases the potential buying pressure of Bitcoin, because these people have so much much smart people following them. Let's wait and see what happens here. And this is something I would be interested in. I want to know what you think about this whole story. Do you think Elon Musk is actually going to convert at least a little bit of his liquid assets into Bitcoin of the company? Well, let me know in the comment section down below. And once again, I will be going into the comment section and try to answer at least like 20 or 30 comments of yours personally. Well, thank you so much for that, guys. And I think this is something interesting. This is something we should do more often, act as a community and communicate within each other. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and let me know what you think about that. Thank you so much for smashing up the like button. I mean, guys, if you smash up the like button, you press the subscription button, press the bell and press on all, I truly appreciate that, because you are helping not only me, you are helping other people by doing so, because you put the algorithm on fire and you help this video to get distributed here towards the mainstream. This is our goal. We want to reach the mainstream. We are not only the most profitable community in the Bitcoin world, no guys, we are the most growing one, and we are the one with the craziest views out there. Look at this, 64,000 views, 60,000 views, 65,000 views. This is absolutely crazy. This is not because of me, this is because of you. This is because of you are the most supportive community in the crypto world. Thank you so much for that, guys. And with that being said, we will see each other very soon in the next one of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, as always, click the subscription box right here and also click the Bible tutorial, which is popping up right there. And as always, guys, as always, bye-bye.